I'm Alex Novosad, CEO and founder of GankStars, known in esports world as Pwned by Ukrainian. And if you're already thinking, pwned by what? You know this presentation will be a bit different from all the others. That's because we're not a regular company. We're an esports organization that runs professional teams in 5 different game titles. On paper, we play video games for a living, but we take it quite seriously. All of our teams are top 8 in the world, and 2 of them have won world championship. But a lot of you may not be familiar with esports, and I really think you should be. So first, allow me a few minutes to explain why. Esports is just as competitive as traditional sports. And here's a fan footage, for example, taken right here in a Madison Square Garden, a block away, of a basketball game. And here's some footage of an esports tournament at the very same venue. It's kind of hard to spot a difference, isn't it? Both sports and esports are massively popular activities that today fill stadiums. And some esports players even earn NFL-like salaries. Now, there's almost 400 million esports fans around the world today, and that number will grow up to almost 600 million by 2020. If that growth seems too good to be true to you, ask yourself this one simple question. How many people under the age of 25 do you know that do not enjoy playing video games? As these people grow up, they're likely to become esports fans. The market is already massive and projected to more than double in the next few years to over 1.5 billion. But these projections, which are from the beginning of this year, we find that they're too conservative, out of date. Because in the past 3 months alone, more than $350 million had been invested directly into esports teams, just the teams. Now the TV networks are catching on, with 2017 seeing more than double of esports programming of the previous year on channels we all know and love. A couple of weeks ago, I had the pleasure of meeting Rick Fox for lunch. And if, like me, you find it funny how short I look in that picture, just wait till you hear this. I couldn't even get us into the frame when I was trying to take the selfie. So Rick goes, "Let me do it, I have longer arms." And which is great, because I'd like to state it for the record that it means Rick wanted to take a selfie with me and not the other way around. Now, I think it's, before I jump there, I have to say, I asked him, why is he investing so much time and money into esports? And he told me that he can see a future where more people watch esports than traditional sports. And this is a 3-time NBA champion, so it means a lot coming from him. Now, I think it's perhaps fate that I first get to tell this story right here in New York City, because recently the Yankees have invested into his esports company. Rick Fox and the Yankees are not the only ones who recognize the potential of esports. Others followed suit when leagues began to adopt franchise structures to create stability in the space. Money followed from well-known names such as Robert Kraft, Shaquille O'Neal, New York Mets, and Golden State Warriors. All of them have bought esport franchises this year. They did so because they see the same opportunity in sports as in esports, as they saw in esports. Take Robert Kraft, for example. Famously, he bought Patriots back in 1994 for $175 million. At the time, more than anyone has ever paid for an NFL franchise, and many thought he overpaid. Yet today, the team is worth an estimated $3.7 billion. But it's not just the Patriots. An average NFL franchise value has soared more than 15 times during the same period. Now, esports franchises are today being sold for $10 to $20 million. Now, that may seem like a lot of money to pay for an esports franchise, but it's not. Case in point, just yesterday, news came out of one such new team that was acquired 2 months ago, securing a multi-million-dollar sponsorship deal with Jack in the Box. So what these guys see in esports is that 10 years from now, we might be looking back at this moment the same way we now look back at 1994 and the opportunity to buy the Patriots. All right, so that's great for esports, but what does GankStars bring to the table, and how can we succeed in this space? Well, with the money pouring in, the real scarcity in esports is experience. When you set out to sail uncharted waters, you probably want to bring an experienced crew along. We've been in existence for just about 3 years now, and in that time we have won 2 world championships and became the #1 mobile-first esports organization in the world. And I'm proud to say we've done all this prior to this program with 0 funding. What started as a group of friends playing one game soon turned into a multi-team organization. We now contract almost 30 professional players and have garnered hundreds of thousands of fans around the world. Having come from nothing, we're able to tell an authentic story of grit and passion that resonates deeply with esports audience. Others began to notice, with Twitch recently sponsoring us and If you don't know Twitch, they're the largest streaming platform for esports in the world. Ultimate partnered with us and to make unique apparel and provide a facility for some of our players to train. Last but not least, Verizon invested, and we're currently engaged with them in the space. All right, so next, we're looking to replicate our success in the emerging esports leagues, such as the Overwatch League. Our goal is very humble, to grow into the largest and most decorated esports organization in the world. That's why we wake up in the morning, every morning at GankStars, and we're looking for brands and investors who would share that goal with us. Esports, without a doubt, is the future. But explaining esports in 5 minutes was probably one of the hardest things I had to do. So I'm sure you have some questions. Please come talk to me after this to find out more and see how you can get involved. Thank you.